Don't get excited over, fellas, these women that are for the streets, because they feel so highly about their body, their vagina, and all that stuff. They feel like, okay, you know what, I can excite them a little bit. I'll send them a few nudes. My booty is so big, my titties are so big, like, you know, it's just hanging out. So I feel like because my body looks this way, I should be getting paid this way, or you should owe me money. And that's the key thing I can say in this video. A lot of females feel like you owe them, just because they feel like their image is that valuable. And sometimes you fellas don't understand how much power you guys have to control situations with these women. If you guys just put your foot down, say no more, or I'm just done, or I'm just not gonna even bother, then you won't have to go through most of the stress that you guys keep putting yourself through. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we're talking about something a little different. I've talked about this on my channel before, but I never really, you know, repeated anything about it or brought the topic back. I probably only did like one video of talking about women that are for the streets, like just a complete video about that. But you know, the conversation always comes back up because nowadays we're talking about modern day women, right, you guys? So I hope this video is enjoyable. If you can, go ahead, please give this video a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, or if you're new, go ahead and subscribe right now. And other than that, of course, check out everything that is on my screen. And so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we got 3, so we start from 3, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. And you guys just keep in mind, we're talking about modern day women that actually, you know, are very materialistic nowadays, only have their body to offer type of things, no values type of things. Okay, so don't get it too confused, because sometimes I see comments, people saying, oh, well, this about women and that and all that stuff. Okay, so number 3 on my list is bragging about nothing else but her vajayjay. All right, so if you don't know, vajayjay is vagina, you guys. Okay, a woman that literally can only talk about it, or it's always coming up. It's like every other time she's making her snaps, or it could just be, and this is gonna go into number 2 in a second, or it could just be her showing things off, right? And it could be on social media or in person, but it constantly has to do with her vajayjay. And that's simply because she has nothing else to offer. Most times if a woman is gonna be bragging about how good her thing is, you know, she got the WAP and all those things, is because that's probably all that she has to offer. And then also to respecting for herself, back to morals and values, right? Somebody that really is very classy, more on the feminine side, or just a feminine woman and knows how to move properly and isn't like these typical modern day women, they will not be sitting on the internet, most importantly, because like I said, this can happen in person, but most importantly on the internet, because nowadays internet runs everything. But she will not be sitting on the internet constantly, you know, trying to tell a man or putting it out there for the world to know. And that's another thing. Back to women wanting attention, that's a huge way a woman feels like, and it does actually happen, but I'm gonna say it as a woman, feels like this is how she's gonna get attention from a man. A lot of times guys literally end up simping over a woman, you know, maybe if she posts her vajayjay line, right? Could be that. Some girls get to that extreme where they will post things like that, or it could be her just talking about it. But a lot of guys fall into that thirst trap and say, well, I wanna know what it feels like, right? Or this and that about how they want to get to know that thing or experience it, or, you know, just see it type of thing. So don't fall for the simp traps. Those are all traps. There's so many different ways that females can trap you guys. And a lot of times it just has to do with sexually, because a lot of you guys, you know, get so attracted to women's beauty, her looks, her body, her figure, her curves, her hip. To really wrap up with that point, you guys, like, there's going to be women that will literally just talk about that, and it's all for the wrong reasons. There's no good reason out of that. Especially if it's just like just a one-time thing, or, you know, it seems like, oh, she's not that type of woman. Just if you get that, that's a huge sign that she is for the streets. Okay, so number 2 on my list is, and you guys, if you haven't commented down below your thoughts or anything, go ahead and do that if you have any. But most importantly, if you want to see a part 2, let me know right now. Okay, so you guys, back to number 2. Number 2 is legs wide open type of photos, or I like to use that, but really because that's a funny example, but really to just make you guys understand what I'm trying to say is that those type of pictures where it's like back to the thirst trapping, like I said, a great example was the whole vajayjay line. That you don't see too much like that often, but it's definitely out there. But you know, there's some girls that try to basically almost cover it up or try to be slick with it. So maybe they'll post a booty bare picture and they'll do it like every other week, right? And they think it's like slick, but it is somewhat slick because a lot of you guys don't even notice it. Even when you're seeing things and you're feeling like, okay, this is the type of signs that show me she's for the streets, then again, you know, do a background check. Like sometimes you'll be so shocked, sometimes, you know, you expected it. So at the end of the day, whatever I say, I always used to say this, take things to a certain extent and read things between the lines, because I can't really do it, right? Everybody's having different experiences with different types of women, but they kind of all seem to have similar things. So really for this number 2 is just pay attention to the type of photos that she puts out there. If it seems like she's posting pictures just to try to get attention constantly, that's because she is trying to get it. A lot of girls, they just rely on their body so much and like they just get so caught up in it. So like, you know, I have a fat ass, or I have big titties, or my hips is so small. Just those things that they really love about themselves, they're always putting it out there. And that's what they know is gonna attract men. At the end of the day, yeah, women do compete with women, most definitely. But at the end of the day, women rather most likely get attention from men before another woman. And that's because validation wise, right? But at the end of the day, women do compete, like I said, with other women. So they do get validation from women. But what's more important for sure is, of course, makes sense from a man. So you guys pay attention to that. And also Snapchat is a huge one. I'm telling you guys, a lot of girls know what they're doing. So they are back to the whole thirst trap things. Girls been doing it for years and they see the results that gets the guys to do this for them, the guys to hit them up. Sometimes girls are just so desperate as well. They know it's an easy way out. That's why a lot of, and I didn't even say it in this video because I'm planning on doing a part 2 if you guys want it, or regardless, I'll probably do it. But you see, like OnlyFans, that's a huge way of females saying that's an easy way out, or that's an easy way to make money. A woman might say, oh, I'm not even about that life. I don't want to open my legs up on camera, or I don't want to do no freaky stuff, right? Oh, I respect myself. But how can you say something like that when you go ahead and put that type of things out? There's no explanation for certain stuff that women want to put an excuse in front and say, oh, well, it's this reason and this reason is good enough. Most times it's not, but some of you guys are saying, okay, fine, you know what? Cool, I respect that. Don't listen to that whole, oh, a woman saying this is how I am, this is exactly what I am, you take it or leave it type of thing, right? It goes back to, oh, I'm always right. Don't feed into that BS, because women will make you feel ways about certain things. Oh, this is okay, this is fine, I can do this. OnlyFans is not fine. And OnlyFans, like I said in a video where I talked about strictly about OnlyFans, I said to you guys, it's an easy way out. Any woman can do it, but women that are for the streets, women that don't care for their body and image to be out there, they don't care to use their body to make money, they're gonna go ahead and do it. But this is why not every woman's doing it, but of course, most of the modern day women are doing it. So please pay attention to what they put themselves like through and put out there, because most times, you guys, I tell you, it's right in front of your face. Sometimes don't think about it too hard. Reading between the lines doesn't always mean like, you know, you gotta keep trying to figure this out. Oh, there's something deeper. Sometimes it's just like, look at this picture that she just posted last week. Look at this story that she just posted. All it had to do with her body, and it's like promoting her body because she knows that's what's gonna get her what she wants, right? And then you guys just go ahead and entertain it. So stop doing all that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the last thing. If you guys have an idea what this last thing is, go ahead and comment that down below. And if you guys have not given me a big thumbs up, please go ahead and do that. And like I said, just to remind you guys, if you want to see a part 2, go ahead and comment it. And I hope by now you guys guess what the last thing is. If you did, thank you. I mean, it helps, right? You know, community activity type of things. But number 1 on my list, and remember, it applies to the woman that you're dealing with, right? So number 1 is not always gonna be number 1 for everybody, but I just did it this way. So number 1 on my list is right off the bat, asking for things. And instead, most times she doesn't even show you she even likes you, right? Instead of actually taking the time or actually trying to say, let me just try him out, let me see if this can get somewhere, it's quickly, I know you like me, or I know you have interest towards me, or I have your attention at least. So guess what? I don't have no interest towards you. I don't even feel you at all. You're not even close to my type. But because I have that interest from you, I can go ahead and ask for whatever I want. And most times the simple things would just be like, you know, a few dollars, right? A few dollars for some people can honestly just be a few bucks, but it could also be like $50. And some girls that feel like, okay, well, my body looks exactly like this. My booty is so big. My titties are so big. Like, you know, it's just hanging out. So I feel like because my body looks this way, I should be getting paid this way, or you should owe me money. And that's the key thing I can say in this video. A lot of females feel like you owe them just because they feel like their image is that valuable. Take the time to really ask these women, what do they bring to the table? Because a lot of times women will not have an answer. Or they'll just tell you, well, my body or my looks. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, wow, you don't have nothing else to offer that's actually something that's valuable. You get what I'm saying? So back to this whole number one, you guys, please don't fall for the tricks of saying, okay, you know what, let me just do it for her. Or you know what, she seems a little different. Or let me just give her a chance. Or maybe if I just do it, we can get somewhere. This is all I have to do. It's all games. It's all games. Everything nowadays is just games, playing. So if you end up falling for the trick that I'm literally telling you not to, what's just gonna happen? You'll end up getting played, of course, getting used, and getting your feelings broken. And that's facts, right? So, you know, just go into this dealing with women with not bringing anything, right? Just bring yourself. And then if a woman really shows you, oh, okay, you know what? I'm a valuable woman, and they show you your value and they put that effort and they go back up what they say about, oh, I'll do this for you, or I'm always going to be here. You know, all the things that she says, these are the promises I have for you. If she's really following through with that, okay, then pay attention to that. And then, you know, maybe in a few months, 6 months, a year, we'll see where we'll get. But how are you guys spending money within like 6 days instead of, you know, like giving it time to actually see how she's like? Don't get excited over, fellas, okay? These women that are for the streets, because they feel so highly about their body, their vagina, and all that stuff, they feel like, okay, you know what? I can excite them a little bit. I'll send them a few nudes, or send them just a little bit of this, a little bit of my boobs, you know, a little line picture. And that's just gonna have them all over me. That's the lust, right? That's the trap, and it goes right into the lust. And you guys are lusting for these women, right? These women know what you guys want to see, what works all the time, because it always works. And what are they gonna keep doing? They're gonna keep doing it. There's no end to it. So really the only end you guys can give is not entertaining it, not feeding, not giving them nothing. And even if it's small things, let's just say, oh, she says, and this is not small for everybody, but let's say, take me to a nice restaurant, right? Or sometimes it could be a little bit bigger. Take me shopping, or I need a new this, I need a new that, or I need my rent paid. All these things, if it seems like it's even small, don't pay attention to that, because eventually it'll add up. And you know, it's going to become a pattern. It's going to become a habit where she feels like, okay, you know what? He gives me, so I'm going to keep asking. And guess what? As she keeps asking, you keep giving. That's where you guys can put an end. Sometimes you fellas don't understand how much power you guys have to control situations with these women. If you guys just put your foot down, say no more, or I'm just done, or I'm just not going to even bother, then you won't have to go through most of the stress that you guys keep putting yourself through. And a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, you know what? If I go through this, if I just stick it out type of thing, eventually I'll get the rewards that I want. No, eventually you'll get what I said in the beginning, you're heartbroken, and your pockets are going to be most likely broke. So just give all that energy, like I be saying, that you give to women, to yourself, and you see the huge transformation. You guys just don't get it. All you have to do is, most of what you're doing to these females, do it for yourself. How you go hard for her, how you treat her like she's the purpose, as she's everything, as she's a valuable one, as she's the money maker, as, you know, everything is just so important about her. Do that for yourself. Go hard for yourself. Respect yourself way more than these women respect you. Ultimately, you're not going to get nowhere regardless nowadays, but the best way to do it is just the best way for yourself. Okay, you guys? So I really hope this video was helpful. And if it was, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to see a part 2, like I said, comment that down below. Go ahead and check out everything that is on my screen. And you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.